And we start with a News Channel 3 exclusive. New information being revealed and never heard before about the bomber. News Channel 3's Luis Avila is live up in 29 Palms in the high desert, where a lot of the investigation has been playing out this week. Sitting down today with the father of the man who carried out this attack. Luis.
That's right, Karen and John. This has been a tragic event for so many people in our community, including the suspect's father, Richard Barkis. Now, it was an emotional sit-down today as he reflected on the son he knew and the tragedy that unfolded.
The guy was a good kid. He had a good heart. To do what he did, I just can't believe it.
A father in disbelief. His son, Guy Edward Barkis, who he calls a good and smart kid, now dead and the suspect of the largest bombing investigation in Southern California. Richard Barkis recalls the moment his niece informed him of the news.
And then when I found out Guy died, I just kind of lost it. You know, it's kind of like, that's that guy.
Despite the bombing, he believes his son meant no harm to anyone.
But I know he wouldn't have killed nobody. That's the reason I think they want to know where he was at from 6 to 11. I know where he was at. He was checking out. Nobody else died. The guy was making sure there was no cars in Indian Canyon. He's just a good kid. It's hard to believe that he turned into what this was.
But he says looking back, there were signs that something wasn't right.
Were there any concerns or maybe signs following that? Or you also said he was impressionable. Were there any concerns there?
The guy was not a leader. He was a follower. Just one time he burned the house down, and some kid in school showed him some kind of trick to do with matches, and he wanted to duplicate it. I think the divorce had a lot to do with the guy too. I think me and my wife's divorce was hard because he had to go see a counselor to talk to children, and the arguments between me and Mom he didn't like.
And during our sit-down, a sense of guilt emerged.
Mom was a little lenient than I was. I was stricter. I kept an eye on Guy. That's probably the reason we haven't talked in the last 10 years, or more than 10 years now.
But questions and concerns still remain for him as Richard grapples with the loss of his son.
Emotion has got me torn up. And even more emotional is that can't get a hold of my daughter. I love her and worry about her quite a bit. Even my ex-wife, I worry about her. Is she okay too? What are they going through?
And back out here live, this is the home where the suspect Guy Edward Barkis lived along with his mom and sister. And over here, the garage where investigators say he built that bomb. For now, live in 29 Palms, Luis Avila, News Channel 3.